Welcome to Brunch with Diva. You know it's Wednesday, so you know it's that time. I'm so glad to have you guys here to join today. Thank you for joining me. I'm hoping that you guys will get some takeaway from my guest today. I'm really excited to have her come on. I met her. Hello, Elizabeth. Hello, daughter. How are you? Thanks for joining the conversation. Oh my goodness, look at you, all up and chipper and things. I love it. Well, I met her on, actually, I met her on Poshmark. And I basically stalked her and told her she was going to be my friend no matter what. So hopefully you guys will love her like I do. She's totally awesome. And I'm hoping to be bringing her on here real soon. real soon. Miss Elizabeth, what are you up to today? What's going on with you? What's the plan? Well, hello, everyone. Hello. Well, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring on my guest for the day. And we're going to get this thing started. We're just going to give people a little bit of time to come in. But we're going to go ahead and get this thing started because I'm anxious to talk to her. I'm anxious for you guys to meet her. So without further, you're working on, watching me. Oh, that's a good thing to be doing. Well, without further ado, here we go. I am going to get her in here, shortly. Hey, Christy, how are you? How's it going? Thanks for joining. Hello. Thanks for joining the conversation. I'm so glad you came in. Hello, Anessa. Thank you for joining the conversation. I hope you get to feeling better. Friend. Well, we're just going to have like a laid-back talk. Hello, Jennifer, Duchess of Malibu. Thanks for joining the conversation. Hey, girl. Hey, Anessa. Well, I'm going to bring my guest on. Let me see if she has hit the request button. Hold on. Here she is. Let me just get this thing started. Waiting for her.
Yeah. Let me go camera back a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on.
I'm great, Christy. I'm glad you're having a good day. I know you're busy as usual, girl. I know, girl. We have to get it together.
Look, I still need a couple more inches. You got the baby.
Yes, you need to raise it up.
Okay. Hold on, one more time, y'all. Give me 1 second. This is me, y'all. Diva. When I say diva, I mean diva. So
I know,
I'm living
girl.
up to my standards.
Well, you know that I know.
Okay.
Yes.
We better now. We better now.
Cynthia, hey, thanks for joining the conversation. I miss you so much. Well, okay. Well, now that you're set and ready to go,
Ready now.
you guys, I'd like to welcome. You know, I always get it wrong. Dearrine.
Dearrine.
Okay,
Yes.
see, I said it low. Hopefully, nobody heard me. Well, I just want to welcome Dearrine to Brunch with Diva. I know her as Dee Dee, and I'm sure she wouldn't mind if you knew her as Dee Dee.
Yes.
And she is the Diva of Curves, Texas.
That's
Okay, so straight out the bat, my first question is always, how did you come up with your name?
For me, I wanted something that was catchy, but I also wanted something that identified with my brand. And so I've been known for being curvy, voluptuous, plus size, whatever you want to call it. And so I was just like, hey, why not put a spin on it? And so obviously Texas, because that's where I'm residing at. I'm not originally from Texas, but this is where I'm at currently. So I was just like, I love that name. And so I just ran with it.
Oh, well, you know what? Sometimes it works for us, things that
Exactly.
are personal to us.
Exactly.
It's sometimes how we create other things. Christy says, hey, Dee Dee. Hello,
Hey.
Brown Coat Bargains. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining the conversation. Again, today, I know her as Dee Dee, and she is the Diva of Curves, Texas. So if you're
Yes.
not following her, please follow her, and we'll get more into that later on.
Right.
But right now, tell us how long well, first of all, tell us how you got started reselling and how long you've been reselling.
Okay. So I was initially introduced reselling about maybe 2 years ago, but I had hesitation because it just didn't feel natural to me. And so obviously during the pandemic, I had plenty of time to be at home. So I was just like, I need to clean out my apartment and get rid of some of this stuff. And so that was just my go-to avenue was Poshmark. And once I realized that it had the opportunity to grow and be more, I was just like, there's no way I'm going to stop doing this. And I literally fell in love with it. I have been among a community of women that I have met and grown to love. So for me, this just felt like a really good fit.
Well, I just told everyone that I met you on Poshmark,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like I stalked you to be my friend, and you're going to be my friend no matter what.
And she
And
did.
I'm sure she thought, like, who is this lunatic that just keeps, commenting on my Poshmark? That was me.
I didn't realize how big it was, and again that it was such a community. For
Right.
me, I'm thinking it's just eBay, and it's nothing against eBay, but they just don't have that connectiveness like Poshmark does. They really strategize and they're intentional about making connections. Even with
And
like the Posh and coffees and things like that, they want us to be a community. And so I didn't realize that going into it, but you did help me to identify, this is more than just reselling. Like these are women and men who have the opportunity to connect with you and help you to grow.
exactly, exactly. And that's one of the things that I really love about Poshmark is once I found this community, I was like, oh, it's overwhelming at first, but once you find your peoples,
Exactly.
and then and they embrace you, and then you're able, that gives you the drive to embrace others.
For sure.
So, that's the whole thing about it. And I tell you that I was shocked myself. I was like, oh my goodness. I didn't know that who knew that there was just so much to Poshmark? You just think of
Exactly.
selling clothes.
Exactly. That's all you thought was selling clothes and making a couple dollars. Because again, my intentions, my expectations weren't extremely high. I was like, I might make $10, but again, for it to be something tangible, something lucrative that you can actually keep or save, I was just like, this is it. I love
Right,
it. So I
right.
fell in love with that.
Well, and I think that you and I are kind of like, I think that we actually now, I think in the beginning maybe for us it was like you said, make a few cho-chos here,
Uh-huh.
you know, but then it grows into something totally different. So what has it grown into for you?
For me, I would say that one, it has really helped me to identify with myself. As you guys, well, for some of you who don't know, I am a plus size reseller. So my closet is 85 to 90% plus size only. And so for me, I have now been able to connect with women that are like me or that identify as being curvy plus size, and they felt like our options were limited. A lot of times, even when you go to the plus size catalogs, you don't see women who look like you modeling the clothes. And so for me, I wanted to make sure that I was that representation for women of plus size. And so in my closet, I do try to model most of my clothes so that women can see what they look like. And I'm not, shaper, girdles, or waist trainers. I want them to have representation because it's important. We have problem areas just like anybody else, and you want to be able to see, what it's going to look like. So for me, that was the main thing. And then also just helping to elevate my own self-confidence. Everybody see you on the outside, but a lot of times people don't know what you could have struggled with throughout your life. So for me, it has really helped to elevate my own confidence as well.
And it does. I mean, I have to say it does. I mean, I think I've been always been a confident person,
Uh-huh.
always.
Yeah.
But when I was going through, when I weighed 464 pounds,
Uh-huh.
my confidence was kind of, it was kind of shook. So, I think that here and now, for me, I mean, I think that it has skyrocketed probably back to
Yes.
where beyond where it was,
Mm-hmm.
because now here I am, 60, second act. Woo, I'm doing it. I love it. And I love that about you because I saw that in you.
Thank you.
I just saw, I just did. And I was like, dang it, she's gonna be my friend.
And I
Well,
needed that because, believe it or not, this is probably the heaviest I've been in about 6 or 7 years. I had literally lost 100 pounds, and when I was going through grad school, of course, it's a lot of staying at home, focusing, and
yes.
literally isolation. I literally ate and worked my way through grad school, so I gained probably about 80 pounds back. And so for me, even though I have always like I'm beautiful, this is not me. And so it took some time for me to get back into my groove. Like, okay,
Mm-hmm,
even though you
mm-hmm.
gained the weight, you got to embrace where you are at right now. We
Exactly.
all know that there's an end goal, but right now, where are you at? Embrace this until you're ready to make that change.
I tell you, the COVID attacked us.
And then
And
don't talk
more,
about COVID.
while us stay at home people, it got us.
It
It
got
got
worse.
me. I'm not going to even lie. Lady Hustle underscore 1920 said, what do you think about all the designers who seem they don't care about us?
Well, I don't even want to tell y'all what I've been doing to Romans. I've been harassing them because Romans is one of the biggest brands that I carry because, as I mentioned before, it's a stout shop. And so for women who are like 18 to 20, that's plus size. But you have women who are 4X to 6X and they barely have options. And so to me, it's a direct insult when you have companies like Romans and a lot of the other larger entities who do not photograph with plus size women. That literally bothers me. So for me, that's one thing that I'm really standing firm on. And I shared with Rhonda briefly. That is like really my platform right now is to network with those larger brands and express to them the importance of representation. Not only
Exactly.
selling to us, we're good enough to sell to, but you also need to include us in your marketing, in your advertisement, because we are worthy. So for me, a lot of the big name brands, of course, they don't cater to us, but I think they are starting to realize that our buying power is so much larger. And
Oh.
so they are really trying to scuffle and start to make some things happen. Even like Nike. Nike is one of the larger brands that has recently, I would say within the last 6 years, started to invest more in this plus size line. And they're noticing that now they're getting sales, throughout the
Mhm.
roof. So I definitely think we have come some ways, but we still have a long journey to go.
Oh yes, I definitely agree. Christy says when she goes to the fashion shows, that's the first thing she looks for is plus size designers. Oh yes, I mean I think that even with sourcing, because I too sell,
Mhm.
strictly I don't want to say strictly plus size, plus size clothes, and that's because why I've been a plus size girl all my life. I
Exactly.
stay in my lane and I do what I know you know so while I'm glad that
Mhm.
a lot of designers have plus size options,
Exactly.
but I think that they limit those options like you said, to maybe stop at 3x.
Yep. Yes.
And I think that that is something that, oh yes, brown coat underscore bargain said men too. I have
Yep.
some 4X
I
men's
just had that
things,
conversation.
and Poshmark doesn't even have a 4X option.
No.
Let me just tell you, I have to customize my options, brown coat underscore bargains. I have to go in there and customize those sizes. Even when I list Torrid, I have to customize because you know how they do. They
Mhm.
have one number, but then that one number might mean 14, 16. So I have to go in there and customize that. But I'm hoping that they're coming out with other options, but I'm wondering, will they include plus sizes?
And see, that's in the men's is something that I was just having a conversation with someone about. I'm like, here we are trying to stand on this platform, but the men, I did not realize until maybe a month ago that men do not have the plus size option. And so that is huge. Like, that's why I say we've made some strides, but we still have a ways to go. They need to be included in that. And I think now they go up to a 5X on Posh. Because for some reason, when I first started, I didn't see that 5X. So now Now they have it preset to go up to a 5X, but anything larger than that, you do have to go in and customize, which again, that's not bad, but it's not easy for people to locate those. And my thing is I want it to be accessible. I don't want, because I'm a 5X, I have to hunt for it as opposed to me being a 12. It needs to be equal across the board.
Yeah, I totally agree. I just think that, I mean, this is kind of leads into the whole reason that I started my plus size group, was simply because of the representation that I want to
Yes,
bring, and move that forward. I mean, especially with Poshmark, I want them to, be a little bit more inclusive in their plus sizes. Maybe they have the sizes, but I want to see plus sizes.
exactly.
I want to see that. So, I think that that was the reason that I created that group, was so that I could have like-minded, plus size, like-minded women. We can forge ahead. We can, not only engage with each other, do all this kind of stuff, but let it be something that is seen by Poshmark, which it can be a stepping stone to you and I,
Yes.
working with them, or maybe doing something different.
So for
Hey,
those of you who do not know, Rhonda came up with this wonderful idea, and we have a plus size reseller Facebook group, Plush and Posh. And in this group, it is amazing. We've already started to connect with women, like she said, that are like-minded, and they have the ideas of, how can we make this evolve? And again, Poshmark is just one of the reselling platforms that we are taking the initiative to work with, and those are the ones that we want to reach out to. But we're not forgetting about the Macaris. We're not forgetting about eBay, because a lot of them, they're still having the same struggle. But again, if you are interested or you want to learn more about plus size reselling, make sure that you follow us. You can find it in my bio as well as in Rhonda's bio. Again, it is Plush and Posh. Thank you so much for that idea, because it is fantastic. I thought
well,
it was just a no-brainer.
I'm all about empowering women, of course, but plus sizes.
Yes.
That's where I'm at with that. Well, now you don't only just resell. Tell us what else you do.
Well, my 9 to 5, because I'm doing this part-time, full-time. So my 9 to 5 is I'm an early learning specialist for a local nonprofit. And so what that means is we help to ensure that children receive quality child care. So our agency does a number of things. We offer marketing and enrollment services to these child care centers. We help to go in and provide renovations. So you name it, we do it. And so right now, my role is currently working closely with the directors as well as the teaching staff to help them to have quality. So for us, we all know the importance of education, but we want to not only start that once they are born into the world. So that's what we do. We don't want to wait until they get into elementary or middle school to start implementing these levels of quality. So we ensure that they receive quality all the way through.
Oh my God, that is so, I guess I didn't know the whole deets on that, but now
Yes, I love it.
that is just so interesting. And you know what? Sometimes I think that, we might not think about those types of things, but I'm so glad that a nonprofit at that.
Yes.
I love a nonprofit.
Yes, I do too. That's deep in my heart, is because I come from that background. And so to be able to give back and feel rewarded when I go to work, those things are super important to me. So this organization, like I say, is something that I can eat, breathe, and sleep. And I love to be able to see myself making those changes.
Well, and you know what? You're just, I mean, I know you guys don't know, but she is amazing at
Thank
marketing. Let me
you.
just tell you. I actually have to give her credit on here, because Fiona86 just said, I love the new logo. Well, Dee Dee created that logo
Thank
for us.
you.
And, I'm telling you, she be giving your girl some advice, because sometimes I'm just like, and I need a new logo now, because I need to, I don't know if you guys have seen, well, most of you have seen A Reseller's Passion, her new logo. And every time I see it, I'm like, who is that? And I'm like, oh, she changed it.
You
So
changed it,
she's kind of
rebranded.
inspired me to do something a little different.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going, we'll talk about that. But now, what do you, back into reselling, how do you, how is it that market you market just your closet by modeling your clothes, your clothes?
Yes. So actually,
And
you were the one who gave me that. You gave me that.
huh,
Yes, you did.
what?
Because when I met you, I forgot what happened. You was like, "Oh my God, you look so good in your clothes," and I was just in one of those moments. Was like, "Me? I look good in my clothes." Like, I mean, I'm okay, Rhonda, but I'm not out of it. No, you look good in your clothes. So after that, I was like, okay, I'm determined to do this. And again, I don't always have the opportunity to do it. Some stuff I can't fit, and just for time crunches. But if I have the time, I'm going to model my clothes because I realized how important it was. Once I started modeling my clothes, the comments of people, you inspire me. I appreciate this. Oh my God, this looks so good. And it's not about me, but it's about them. And so I don't ever want to take away from it that, oh, it's about me and I want you guys to compliment me. I could care less. But the
Right.
main thing for me is, one, you seeing what it looks like on a body, a real body. And two, you also knowing that if I can wear it and my stomach is not flat, you can wear it too. You're going to be fine. It is okay if you have a little bit of extra this or a little bit of extra that. You can pull it off. And so you weren't the one who really was just like, I was like, okay, she said, I'm going to do this. I'm just going to put my all into it. And that's when I really made that commitment.
Oh, and you look, and you do. I was not
Thank you.
joking. It was like you look fabulous in your clothes, and it's just, but it's coming from here. You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
It's coming from the inside, and it's showing on the outside. And
Thank
I
you.
think that that's what I saw in you, and I was just like, oh yeah, yeah, my friend in my head, but
Thank
it's
you.
gonna happen. Lady Hustle underscore 1920 says, yes, she hasn't seen your closet, but she looks definitely like a model.
Thank you.
You be giving us those model vibes, girl.
I'm trying to get Romans on board. Look, Darren and William with 10, they're going to do something. They're going to.
Well, I know that you work and basically in the morning, but once you kind of get a break, or what is your morning routine like?
Oh my God. Y'all, I'm sorry. I am terrible with routine. So I do not have a routine at all. I literally wake up. The first thing I do is I tend to my flowers. So before I do anything, I'm going to come in here and open up the blinds and make sure that my kids can get some sunlight. And then I'll go and probably do some type of skincare regimen. I'm really big on my skincare. And then I'll juice or either have coffee. But that's it. As far as like, something big, I don't have a regimen. And that's something that I actually want to get into because it helps you to be more intentional and more purposeful throughout your day. But right
Yeah.
now, that is just my regimen. I have literally been home since COVID came. And so for me, it's just like, I'm just trying to make it through the day, sane as possible. Because, these four walls start to just, it starts to get away from you. So for me, I would say the main thing for me has been really taking care of my plants. That has been super therapeutic to me. And also just taking in a moment just to breathe. So throughout the
Yeah.
day, I always like to take a moment and just say, you got this. Whatever I can say. And then Poshmark's really good about sending us those little positive phrases, which I love. I don't know who created that, but that was a genius idea because sometimes our days are just going. And so
Yes.
now they send out these little quotes for those of you who are not on Poshmark. They send out a little quote, and it can just be the simplest thing, and it just happens to resonate with you all day long.
And that's so true. I mean, the day I know for sure my daughter's on here, she would probably agree because it's like once I have that quiet time
Mm-hmm.
and do my meditation, I mean, I'll do all that before my feet even hit the floor. But once my feet hit the floor, it's all but over.
But see, and I'm trying to get there. Every time I'm like, I'm going to do yoga. I'm just not there yet. I'm not there. Like, I have a patio. I'm like, I'm going to go out on the patio and do yoga. I wake
I
up
know.
and I don't
Hi,
get there.
Erin. Thanks for joining the conversation. I know Lady Hustle says it's so difficult to keep a routine in the morning. Sometimes it really is, kind of difficult, but I am intent on that. I,
And
I,
that's the,
I have got to go ahead and do all of that before,
uh-huh.
be thankful and grateful for another day, try to get it
Yes.
right. Do my little 10 minutes of meditation, just quiet time as I soak all of that in. And once these feet hit the floor, honey, it's
See, that's
overtime.
me. He's like, go.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Hi, Simply Kiki underscore 123. Thanks for joining the conversation. If
Yes.
you guys are just joining the conversation, I have Dearrine on. She is the Diva of Curves, Texas.
Yes.
And I know her as Dee Dee. And again, she wants you to know her as Dee Dee as well. If you're
Mhm.
not following her, give her a look, check out her closet. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, just check out her IG. But you see
Thank
it
you.
at IG most of the time when we end up in that closet.
That's true, because this is in my closet. I stole it out my
She was
closet,
like, so
guys.
this is in my closet.
I mean, you have to market yourself.
I'm
If I
mad at
wouldn't
you.
wear it, I wouldn't sell it. That is my theory. If I would not wear it, I would not sell it. One lady was like, "Oh my God, your stuff was so nice. You sold this?" Yes. If I would
Yes.
not wear it, I would not sell it. That's my motto. And so obviously, I would wear this, and so I can sell it.
I know, Erin. Erin says most days I'm a zombie for the first hour.
Me too. Until I
Yeah.
have my coffee. If I don't have my coffee, go the other way. Oh look, you know I was prepared for you today. Go the other way.
Yes. Okay, so I know that with your marketing background and everything, what kind of advice, because I know that you've given me some, what kind of advice, and I'm not trying to create a whole new business for you, but you know, if it happens, it happens. Um, I tell you, what would you tell, or what would you advise or suggest or whatever to people who want to do more with their Instagram or any type of marketing tool?
For me, it would be to be intentional. So everything that you do, have a purpose behind it. And again, I always like to work backwards. That does not always work for everyone. So whatever your bigger picture is, try to create small steps back, and then that will lead you to that ultimate goal. And so that's what works well for me. I'm like, okay, well, what do I want to do? What is my overarching goal for Poshmark? And then I'm literally just working backwards and building into that, big picture.
Now, give us more of what you mean about. I know you and I have had this conversation,
Mhm.
but give us a more of a detailed thing about working backwards because I never would have
I
thought
just
of
want to
that
tell
had you
all
not
of it.
said it.
Okay, so I'll put. She didn't put me on the spot. Okay, so again, I've already kind of shared it. My ultimate goal is to work with brands. And so I guess I'm manifesting it. So my ultimate goal is to work with brands. I don't want to be a model. That's never been my thing. I'm very big about being in the background. And so for me, I want to work with these brands when they are creating lines and coming up with stuff. Because some of the stuff that they come up with is just ridiculous. Like, we don't want that. So not that I can be a voice for everyone, but I just want to be a voice in the room. It offends me when I go to plus size fashion shows and everybody on the panel is small, or they are men, just things that do not align with what plus size women want. So again, for me, it was like, how do I get there? So one, I need to look like, I want to work with a brand. My
Right.
page needs to be professional. It needs to be branded. Everything I need, everything I'm doing needs to represent that brand. So I'm
Exactly.
not going to be on here in lingerie, and that's nothing against anyone who does that. But I want to be respected as a professional because I am a marketing professional. So in order for me to get that, I need to present myself in that manner. So again, making sure that your captions suit what you're saying, watching your language. So all of these things play into my ultimate goal. And again, that might not be the ultimate goal for you. Your ultimate goal might be to be featured in Sports Illustrated. So for you, obviously, you would want those things that emphasize and are going to lead you to that goal. But for me, it is really about clean, clear material. So one thing that I'm really wanting to work on is my content. I want to make sure that when I deliver something, it is something that's useful to people. It doesn't just look good in a pretty package, but it's something that they can walk away from that Instagram post saying, oh, wow, I didn't think about that. Or I didn't think to pair that pattern with this top. So those are things that I really want, is for people to be able to use the information on my page.
hmm I think that that's important. I mean, I think that you're right. I mean, everybody. I don't know if everybody's ultimate goal is to build a brand,
Yes.
but if it is, then I think that working backwards, like you were saying, is great because I mean, after you and I had that conversation, I was
Yes.
thinking, I'm like, "Now, let me just think about this for a second, you
Yeah.
know, and because I tell everyone, I mean, you are your brand.
Thank you
You
very
you
much.
are. I mean, it's not the logo, it's not the
Mhm.
all the little stuff in between. It's you.
Yeah, you have
You
to
are
have
your,
your own
you
brand.
are your, yes, this right here, this is your brand. You are your brand.
Yeah.
So first of all, I think you have to start there and then put yourself out there.
Yes. And
And
identify with what you want to do. Like you said, everybody is not going to look at Poshmark as that opportunity to build a brand off of it. Like for some people, it's literally just reselling. And I have a friend I'm trying to get him like, you should really do this. Like you had a lot of influence on me starting. I don't want to do that. And I have to respect that. That's not his avenue. He just wants to resell and that's it. So again, for
mhm.
everyone, that may not be the option, but if it's something that you want to do, use this as a way to gain that exposure.
And Erin says, great info. She says she recently started being more intentional with her IG activity.
Mhm.
And that's very important. That's
Yes.
very, very important is to, be intentional about what it is you are posting,
Yes.
when you are posting,
And
you know,
planning it out, because that's one thing that Rhonda is really big on, is planning out her stuff. And I love that about her. Again, I am a fly by night type of person, so a lot of times when it comes to mine, I'll do it. But again, I am trying to get on track with that. So that's one
right.
thing that I know I have got to improve if I want to be successful. You have to have order. It has to have systems and stuff in place. And so again, make sure that you're being intentional. Even if you're in a grocery store and you're like, oh, this is a good idea, just jot it down or put it in your phone. And we've talked about that a couple times, how you will just write stuff down. And now you're able to go back and add to that content. And it's intentional as opposed to it just being random stuff you find or you're sharing stuff that somebody else posted.
And I don't want to discount randomness because sometimes when I do reels, they're
Yeah.
random. But or stuff sometimes just comes to me.
Yep.
Um, especially things like, when I post for my morning thoughts, sometimes
Oh, I
it's
love
like
those.
I've slept with it and
Mhm.
get up with it. But Anessa says, good to hear because she's stressing over making a brand. Well, Anessa,
Don't
first and
stress.
foremost,
Don't
like I
stress.
said, you are your brand.
And don't stress over it. It has to come natural. Anything that feels like work to me, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna keep up with it. So it has to be something for me that's natural. Fashion was natural. I'm like, oh, put this together, put that together, and I have a look. So for me, it's
Hmm.
all about natural. Relax and just let it come natural. And when I say it will come natural, it literally will come natural. You'll, like Ron said, you'll wake up with an idea or a thought, like, oh, I can do this. So
Right.
you just relax and let it come natural. Don't force it, because I'm telling you, it's going to come. Everything will align.
Yes. And Anessa, I will have to say this about her is that she she has that. You see,
Yes.
she has some great ideas. I mean, she has this magic mirror girl. You got to go to her page.
I'm
She
gonna
has
say I'm
this,
going to her page as soon as we get off here.
yes, yes. She has this magic mirror that she has built this whole thing around. I love that.
I
You know,
know.
I mean, she does some behind the scenes things. Love that. So, I mean, she actually is, I mean, her brand, I don't know why she's stressing because she is her brand and she markets it really well to me.
That's awesome.
I don't know. Glow Girl Glow, which is Nikki. Well, right while I say Nikki and read that she wants to change it, but she's thinking about getting rid of Nikki,
Mhm.
and introducing more of Chandra, which is
Okay.
her full name. And I think that's a cute idea, Nikki. Why not? Beyonce had alter ego girl,
Mhm. There's
you
nothing
know,
wrong with it,
Sasha Fierce.
especially if you want
So
some rebranding. That's a good idea. If you want
yes,
to
yeah. I
start some
mean, and
fresh.
I think that that is a good idea, Nikki. I think that you should. There's nothing wrong with rebranding because I tell you, with rebranding comes fresh ideas.
Sure, sure does.
I mean, I just believe that. Yes, Miss Elizabeth, consistency is important as well. Uh-oh, Glow Girl says, Dee Dee, do you offer consultations?
Yes, I do. I've been consulting with Rhonda.
And Anessa says, I have no plan and I'm always going off the rails. Well, it's not that you're going off the rails. She goes off the cuff
She
and
does.
that's different. Going off the rails is like, but she just goes off the cuff. She's kind of like me. It's just like whatever hits her, Boom, that's it.
But believe it or not, most creatives are like that.
Yeah.
I took a personality assessment and I ranked as a low D. I'm not extremely detail oriented, and you'll find that most creatives are like that. And again, the only reason why I want systems in place is because if I get to the point where I have an assistant, I need to have systems in place so that they know X, Y, and Z. So for me, that's
Exactly.
why systematics is important. I now understand the importance of operations and being able to do things like that. But for me, again, I am going to still have days where things just come to me in a
Oh
random
yeah.
moment. And I'm
I
going to
would
stop what I'm doing
so
and
agree.
fulfill it. But, you know, it is super important to have systems in place for certain things. Even you have like certain days you work on certain, work on certain tasks. And
Yep.
I love that because me, it just might be 30 minutes here, 40 minutes here, or just whenever it flows. So when I say system, those are the type of systems I mean. Being able to dedicate at least 3 or 4 hours. Because for some people, we might have to start small. Mine might be an hour to Poshmark, an hour to Facebook, an hour to Instagram, whereas Rhonda has been disciplined enough to do it a whole day. And so those are the type of systems that I want to be able to put in place.
And I tell you now, while I am that way, I do allow for leeway for things
Exactly.
because I to be honest, I can start here and I can go the complete day and then look up and be like, oh, what time is it?
Tell me
Because I
about it.
haven't even allowed myself a break off in there because I'm hitting this or hitting that. Like yesterday was one of those days. I was here on Facebook. I was here on Instagram. I was doing a little homework. I was doing a little, trying to list. But my days run long because just because I might
That is
start at
true.
like my days run long. Just because I might start late for some of y'all because I get up late, which 9 o'clock. By 9 o'clock, some of y'all probably have listed 25 items,
Yes.
shared your closet about 3 times. If you're doing a 9 to 5, you put it's time for a break, coffee break by the time I get up. But what is the thing is once I get up, then I'm a beast about it. So Aaron said that's me, fly by night, but I'm trying to start planning more. Let me tell you, Aaron, what I love about you is how you share your inventory system. And oh
That's what
my
I do.
God. Oh, you should check out Erin's page, honey. Spoiled in PDX. That's Erin. She showed.
That's what I
Let me
do.
just tell you. I'm like, these are goals right here.
Exactly.
These are goals. Let me see what else we got going on. Hey, Margaret. Margaret says she loves the blue sweater.
Thank you.
Hey, Trish. Thanks for joining. Hey, Kay's Glam Shop. Oh, so right. Anessa. Okay. Hello. I'm just saying, I agree. I love Anessa's page. Oh, yes, I do too.
Hey,
Anessa said,
Regina.
just made her day.
Is that Regina? I saw Regina come on.
Who?
Regina.
Oh, I didn't see Regina.
I think
Hey,
I seen her.
Regina.
Snazzy.
Oh, yeah. Anessa says, she's a left-handed dreamer creative. You nailed her.
I'm telling you.
She said I
The
I think
whole
I
marketing
try to
area
go.
is like that at work. When I go to work, the marketing area, mine's and another lady's, our stuff be everywhere. But if you ask me where something is, I can pull it. Like I know exactly where it is. And so we just come to terms with we're creative. So, we might not be as tidy or as organized as everybody else, but just let us work. That's how I work best.
Right. And she also said, I think I try to go against the grain of who I am. I'm
Mm,
excited to just be me and let it ride off the cuff. Yes, ma'am, honey. Stop trying
yes.
not to be you and be you. And that's how I push up to you because you are doing that. You just don't see it, but you are doing that. Wait till Dee Dee goes on that page. She's
That's all
gonna
I
tell
said. Wait till I go on this page. But yeah, you gotta be yourself. You
Oh
have to.
yeah, and I just think that that's something that I saw in you. Actually, is that I felt like you were being yourself
Thank
because I
you.
tell you, you're more woman than me, honey. I'm not modeling nothing, but but I love that about you because that's your style and
Yeah.
your personality. Me, I'll just, honey, here it is. It's in the closet.
Somebody is.
Here it is. It's in the closet.
Yeah. Look, there's nothing wrong with that as long as it get the job done. That's the main thing. It gets the job done.
Aaron said I get up around 10:30. Okay, Aaron, you feel me. We're
Oh,
here.
look now. Look, I'm not judging. That's probably the
Let's
time I
see.
really wake up. I probably am
Okay.
still a zombie.
Um, so Glow Girl Glow, Nikki,
Uh-huh.
would when do you ladies find the best time to list? Oh, let me just let her answer that. Because she had to tell me.
All day. I list all day long. But I do have mine to where I post at certain times because I want to hit all time zones. So I'll rotate and I'll get up and I'll hit the East Coast time zone because you want to hit them for early morning. So then I'm also intentional about making sure that I get Pacific and make sure that I get Central time. So you try to alternate it so that you're getting some of those early morning shoppers. Because think about it, we get on our phones and we're, oh, this sale came in, this sale came in. So a lot of times people will check their phones at work early in the morning. So I do post early in the morning to catch the East Coast. Obviously, I do Central time, and then I also try to catch Pacific time. Now, as you know, a lot of our parties are doing Pacific time, so they fall right in that noon time. But we tend to isolate, especially me, the East Coast. So I try to make sure I'm intentional about including that East Coast in my share times.
Great. And see, and I'm glad that you had told me that because you were like, oh, you're missing out on these time zones. I was like,
That
what?
East
Let me
Coast.
correct that. So, honey, look, I am on it from now on, but I as well share my closet all day. I really do.
All day long.
And I after I spoke with Dee Dee and we had that conversation, it did make a difference. I don't think I ever got to tell you, but it has made a difference in my sale.
Yay, that's
So
good.
thank you for that. I appreciate it. Kay's Glam Shot. It's if not for my daughter's school, I would be waking up at 9 too. Oh, I hear you. I know. Style Color. Oh, welcome, Style and Color 3. Thanks for joining the conversation. Brown Coat Bargains, you sound like an early bird to me. Hey, Regina. Jules. Hey, Jules. Thanks for joining. Regina said, y'all are gorgeous. Thank you,
Thank
Regina.
you.
We hope you're feeling well. Let me see. I'm just kind of running through. Christy said that's my life too, Didi. Now that's a hustle and bustle.
Really?
Yes, yes. That Christy, I think Christy is just like nonstop to me, and I think I'm nonstop. No,
Look,
she's
me too.
nonstop.
Look,
Oh
I
yeah,
have to.
y'all too. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I don't want to miss
What?
anyone. Flirtatious Soul join. Thank you so much for joining the conversation. Sorry for me. Oh wait. What?
Right, somebody
Oh
else
yeah.
was.
Anessa says she can't wait for you to see her closet,
I
I
can't
guess.
either. I'm gonna see your message.
Or Erin said, I'm organized, but I'm a procrastinator.
Look,
Erin, you
it
don't
has
seem like a procrastinator. Because, honey, she's been getting it done. My daughter says she's up at 7. Well, all of us can't be up with the chicken.
been. Mm-mm. No,
And I
ma'am.
go to bed with the owls.
Yeah, we're up late. We're night owls, so that's what I do.
Right. Okay. Erin says 8 work swing shift. Oh my. Lady Hustle underscore 1920 said, I'm a procrastinator who needs to keep going since I wake up. Oh, once she wakes up, or she'll be in zombie mode. Oh,
Felt like me this morning. I woke up at 6 o'clock. I'm like, come on, what is going on? But I just got on up and get my life together because, like she said, if not, I'll be a zombie the rest of the day. Nobody
right.
will not want to be bothered.
And Nikki said, that's a great idea. She's been only listing in the mornings before work and sharing throughout the day. I'll definitely take that into consideration. Girl,
And
I tell you,
nighttime. Don't forget about, again, Pacific time. So 1 o'clock our time is only 11 o'clock their time. So make sure you get on the back end just like you do on the front end. So making sure that you get that 11 o'clock cuff, because a lot of times I would just be in the bed and I would forget about that time. So now again, I'm more intentional about trying to do that 11 o'clock because people are typically still up strolling on their phones in their beds.
that's true. Hey, C, thanks for joining the conversation. Girl, you should. Uh, oh my God. Well, let's talk about that, Erin. I've always wanted to ask Didi if she had a money pile.
What happened?
Because Erin said, "Girl, you should see my money pile." Because I told her she didn't seem like a procrastinator.
Mhm.
She said, "You should see my money pile."
Oh, you don't even want to see the pal that's to the left of me. Because now that I'm in glam today, I'm like, I'm getting some pictures done. Like, I got to get some stuff done. So I went sourcing yesterday. So I think I have 4 bags there, and then I have 2 bags beside me. So yeah, I'm pretty backed up, but I'll get it done. I don't put pressure on myself about it. I like to keep a certain number in my closet, but my main thing is quality. So I want to make sure the photos are quality, and I also want to make sure that they're able to see, and I'm giving myself time. So I'm not gonna pressure myself. I'll get it in
Yeah,
there.
I don't think you should.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
think that sometimes, I mean, but everybody's story is different. So I'm
Exactly.
gonna say for me, I don't pressure myself about a death piles, money piles, or whatever we want to call them, because I actually just donated a big pile of a big huge box of clothes.
Oh wow.
And so those are out the door. I'm done with them. I had them well over a year, a lot of them, and they were smaller sizes, which I can't sell anyway. So I would rather donate them to this charity than to have them just sitting around. But I don't stress about if I have, because if I showed y'all this bag I have over here, you know, mm-mm.
I'm like,
But I
I'm
don't stress
ready.
about it. You know what? It actually helps me to list daily because
That's
I
good.
can take 5 items, photograph comps, and on Tuesdays when I post,
Mhm.
when I list, those are my, it helps me break it up to 5 items every day, maybe 3 items every day. I don't stress myself about that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So it's
I've seen people.
whatever your limitation is, that's what you go with.
Yeah, I've seen people do that where they list daily, which I thought was a good idea. Typically me, I take a big bunch. Like I'll take as many pictures as I can stand, and once I'm done with it, I save them in my draft. So I take my pictures and I save them in my draft, and I can either do it on my desktop or on my application, and I just go in and I list in between time. So that's typically how I tackle mine.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, like I say, everybody, has different reasons
Mhm.
for having a money pile in the first place. And
Yes.
mine is typically I've just overspent and bought too much.
I like the money pal better than the death pal. I like that because now it's
Because
gonna make me be. See, that's gonna trigger me. Like I got money just sitting over here, so I
and
like
I think
that.
that that's why that started,
I
that caught
love
on
that.
because that money pile, because that's money sitting there. And
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you about that is that I had a few items that I was like, oh, nobody's gonna be in a rush to buy those. Let me
And
tell
they
you,
sold. I had one
shut the
too.
front door. They
Right.
sold so fast. I was like, what?
I said the same thing. And I mean, the sweater wasn't ugly. I actually would have worn it, but my taste is different. So I didn't think it was going to sell. This one, it sold 5 minutes. The lady said,
Right. And these
I'm in
were
the
like,
orchestra and I can wear this. And I was like, well, go ahead,
and
girl.
these were like some little flat, almost remind me of majorette boots. And I was like, and I needed something to list
Mm-hmm.
because I was waiting on the delivery the next day. I said, well, I'll just list these. Girl, those things sold so fast. I was like, what?
And them headbands you was telling me about too.
Flew off. Who knew that those headbands were going to take off like that?
Exactly.
Girl, those headbands, so many people liked them. Once they were gone, they were gone.
So what's they
And
do?
that's Anessa says, do you do makeup tutorials? You have stunning skin.
I do not. Actually, I do not. Makeup is not my thing. I actually dabbled in it in college, but it is not my thing. I know how to do my face, but that's about it. So no, not for makeup. Now I want to do more like hair tutorials because I'm really big on my weaves and my wigs. So I want to start actually incorporating more hair. And I'll do like skincare because again, I'm big on skincare. If your foundation does not have anything healthy to sit on, you're still gonna be back at square one. So I'll probably include some healthy skincare regimens if that would be beneficial. But I'm always happy if you have any questions to like tell you what I use or list those things, but I don't want to commit to doing it because I'm not really good at it. I don't want to sound like that, but I'm not. It's not my strong suit. I don't feel comfortable telling y'all to do stuff
Right, right. I
in that
get you.
area.
I get you. I mean, because I like a nice little face mask, and that's really probably all I do. I don't do
Oh, no,
anything
I'm
special.
facials, microdermabrasion, you name
Yeah.
it. I love
Oh, I
skin
don't do the
care.
micro though. Mm-mm.
I love it.
No. Hey, Leslie, thanks for joining the conversation. Erin said, I used to spend tons of time searching for stock pics, but after the photography breakout on PoshFest, I learned that how I've been doing my covers actually goes against the algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Trish says she loves the money pile. Oh, oh, you were making your stuff harder to find. Okay.
It
And
is.
Annette,
A lot of people have started complaining about that. And I know it was a rumor going around that Posh was going to, not allow us to use those. It is super convenient, but sometimes it can be misleading, especially if your stuff is not new with tags. So it can be misleading. And even myself, I kind of felt bad. I posted something and I was like, I don't really think I'm being 100% truthful because I'm using a stock photo and the product was used. So I had to actually go back and take that stock photo off. So again, it kind of is really a fine line between your integrity and, convenience. So again, a lot of stuff, if it's new, I'm comfortable using a stock photo. So like some of my Lane Bryant stuff is brand new, so I will use it. But if it's used, I do
right,
try to
right.
stray away from that.
I definitely use them, especially for all of my newer tags. I definitely do use them for my newer tags. Now, any other time I'm taking pictures and doing it, and even still, sometimes I still may take a picture
Mm-hmm.
and
And
on
yep,
have it on my dress form or hang it up, or just to include the actual item.
item, yeah, that's important.
Nessa said we can't model our clothes with ratchet skin.
So okay.
Oh, well,
So,
Aaron Lady Hustle asked, so the algorithm doesn't favorite the stock photos. I'm so confused on that, but I'm gonna let Aaron answer. Glow Girl Glow says, I love my weaves and wigs.
me too.
You
This
know,
takes heat.
I did too back in the day, but
I know. You just enjoy it.
wait, Anessa says she is so glowing. I can't stop staring.
So
Oh,
funny.
thank you, Anessa.
Well,
I
can
think you're
I ask y'all
beautiful
a
too.
question? I want to know, what are y'all's top plus size brands? Like anybody's plus size, can y'all please comment some of the plus size brands that you guys are just loving right now? And what that does is that help to make sure that not just myself, but again, we do have a plus size group. We spread the word. So that way we can make sure that you guys are getting more of that inventory in Poshmark, because unfortunately they don't have it categorized well, like this is the top seller that everybody wants in plus size. They kind
Right.
of give you some general stuff, but they don't have any insight like Instagram does. So if you guys could let us know what you want, I see Tori, please let us know so that way we can try to make sure we're not only spreading it within ourselves, but we're sharing it with the other plus size women, so that way we can make sure we have it for you.
Right. And Nikki says everyone can be their own stock photo by modeling. She's getting more into that. She really is getting more into
That's
that.
good.
And she does, I mean, and she should. I don't know why she doesn't do it more. Look at me. I'm always there to be the cheerleader.
Look, like you can do it. I ain't, but you can do it.
Girl, I don't have time. With also pairing it with other items in our closet. Yes, yes. You're a good rate
Yes,
at that, Nikki. I think you should.
I always
Yes,
do that.
Torrid. Now, I tell you, Torrid is a great, great thing to sell. I mean, it always moves for me. Um, I always try to look out for other plus size brands,
I do too.
because Torrid is it's so saturated because, because it sells well.
It is.
But, I also try to include those, like we go back to what we were talking about earlier. I always try to include those larger sizes.
Yes.
Let's go beyond the 3X. Let's get the 4X, the 5X. I don't mind having any of that in my closet. Sometimes it's harder to come by
It is.
sometimes. But when I find it, I hop right on it
And it
because
sells too. It
yes,
sells. Because it's
yes,
so
it
hard to
does
find
sell.
it. Like you say, it's scarce. So I think Ashley Stewart is another one of those brands that kind of gets overlooked a lot because people
Yes,
are
and I
so
do
much
sell some
into
Ashley
storage.
Stewart.
And Ashley Stewart has some really cute stuff. And this is not an ad. I'm not promoting for them. But I think that's another brand that kind of gets swept under the rug. And they do have some really cute and trendy pieces.
Yes, they do. They really do. I do Fashion Nova, Ashley Stewart.
Yeah.
Eileen Fisher is really good. Hello, Michelle. Thanks for joining the conversation. Thank you. I love celebrity pink for plus sizes.
Ooh. Oh,
Hmm.
yeah, I do. They had them at Belk. I've seen them before. They're
I'm
really
gonna have to look at that. Thank you for that. Celebrity pink.
Thank you. That way I can look up some stuff. Okay.
Yes. Oh, Eloquy. I love
I do
them, but
too.
I was just, oh, honey, I was just on their site the other
Yeah, they
day.
have some cute
And I was just, even their sales need sales.
You're right about that.
I
Jessica
tell
London, I
you.
like Jessica London too. Chadwick's, like those are
Yes, Anessa.
the
Anessa
staple
says she
sizes.
always picks up a 5X at the bins. If you see it, anytime you see anything like 4X, 5X and stuff, I'd
Gorgeous.
grab it. Christy says Ashley Stewart starts at 12. Yes, they do start at 12. I can't sell a 12. So I don't care if it's a plus size, if it's a curvy 12, it just doesn't sell for
It
me.
does not.
I
I end
cannot
up
move
just
it.
giving it away, honestly. If I get
Yeah.
someone to buy a 12, I usually just give them a shirt. Like the other day, I had somebody buy, I think, an extra large, and I had something else that was an extra large. Please just take this, like, because I don't sell those sizes well.
Right. And oh, Christy said Jessica London. Yeah, that's a good one. Leslie says, oh, she's selling a lot of Ava and Viv. I love Ava
I
and
do
Viv. I
too.
think
They
oh
love
no,
that stuff.
this is an Ashley Stewart top I have on. I was about to say, I think I'm wearing Ava and Viv.
Yeah, I love Ava and Viv.
Calvin Klein.
I have a couple pieces of that. Okay.
And Avenue. I have some Avenue pieces. With Avenue now, I'm just gonna be honest. I used to wear Avenue all the time.
I did too.
And things like that, but they changed how their designs, or maybe they got some different.
And see, that's why we need people at the table, people. If we're not at the table telling them this is outdated, this ain't what we want.
Right. That's the word I was looking for. Outdated.
I don't necessarily have to be Fashion Nova, but I need something in the middle that's still stylish, still trendy, and affordable. Because the price points are also ridiculous. So those are the things, those are the reasons why we need women that look like us at the table having these discussions with them.
Right. Michelle says, oh, yes, they do. Anthropologie has a plus size line and they've revamped it. And the stuff looks great.
I need to check them out because I love their look on their clothes. I love that.
Too Many Flowers. Is that a brand? It might be. Forever 21 does have. I have some Forever 21. Yeah, you're right, Elizabeth. They were on Avenue was on top of it years ago. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining. This has been a very enlightening conversation I've had with Dee today. Please go follow her page because I know that she's going to follow some of you guys.
I am.
And again, her IG, well, I think across the board, but her IG is the Diva of Curves, Texas.
Yes.
Oh, wait, hold on. How do I?
We already got that on there. You talked about them. Democracy. Remember those?
Yes, I have a pair of their jeans actually that I got from Stitch Fix.
Yep.
Oh my God, those jeans are amazing, you guys.
I'm looking for them. I'm looking for them now because I want some.
Actually, you could. How do I reach my plus size queens? My stuff doesn't seem to move. Well, you know what? Someone else had that same issue, and I'm actually thinking about maybe Dee and I.
Join the group. We'll tell you the group.
If you're plus size, join the group, of course. But actually, I'm thinking, Dee doesn't know this, but I actually was thinking of setting up a Zoom just to answer these types of questions.
That would be awesome.
So, hopefully you're following both of us, and you can either reach out to either one of us, and we'd be happy to answer some questions if we can. But I'm actually thinking of doing like a Q&A about that.
That would be great. That's a great idea.
Oh, yes, Christy, you are so right about that. She said, I think they put too many flowers on plus sizes.
Everything we don't need. Bows and I don't want all of that. I just want a regular.
I don't want flowers all the time. You know, I mean, a cute little something sometime, but I don't want, you know, I think it's aging. Actually, I'm not going to even
It
lie. Here
does.
I am. I'm 60 and I'm saying it's aging. So, you know, it must be true.
It's the truth.
Michelle said, check out Girlfriend Collective also for activewear. What,
Ooh,
Michelle? Great minds think alike because I actually have a post about action wear, activewear coming up.
that's good
Thank you
to know.
everyone for joining. I will go on and on with Dee Dee's in this conversation, but we have to go.
Thank
Follow
you.
her. See you guys on IG. Yes, Kay, Texas, Dallas. That's me. Dee Dee's in Fort Worth, the surrounding areas.
Yes.